What they do though, they give you irrelevant facts to make you feel a certain way. The media when they present it, because why should it have not just been a 16-year-old boy shot by an 84-year-old man?
Mirror, 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 looking in the mirror, devil on my shoulder, asking God to help me get my life right. Yeah. Gotta stay focused, call it social distance, can I get distracted?
Yo, it's your boy Docent83, hosting the Shit Too Real podcast. Hey, today I'm here with my man Omegadaboss. Hey, before you do anything, make sure you go subscribe, comment, like, share. Make sure you also go to the audio podcast outlets and follow on there and run the downloads up. We appreciate your support. Hey, first and foremost, April 19th, my nephew's birthday. June 6, 21, he was murdered in Youngstown, Ohio. Negligence, irresponsible. We can call it whatever we want. We see it keep repeating over and over again in our communities. So, before we start, I just want to shout my nephew out. He would have been 25. Shout out to you. I love you. You my intro. You know what I mean? When I spoke to your moms, I said, can I put a song in my intro? She said, go ahead. And I say, this is how we're going to keep my nephew's name alive forever. With that being said,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey, with that being said, I challenge a lot of people out there. You know what I mean? We talk about, policing. We talk about what our politicians are supposed to be doing, but what are we doing in our communities? And that's the truth. What are we doing in our communities? You have parents in your household. You have OGs. You have uncles. You have everybody that say, stop this, stop that, don't do that. So who's going to step up? And that's my challenge. So we're going to get into this, right now. 16-year-old young woman was celebrating her birthday party in Youngstown, Ohio at a restaurant. And she was shot in her face. 16-year-old kid celebrating her birthday party at a time where you're supposed to be celebrating. And she was shot in her face. Inside the restaurant where somebody was actually pulled the gun out. Now I have to ask the question, why? Why? There were her friends, there were her family. Why? My man Omegadaboss here. How can we get better as a community?
Man, it's one of those situations where everyone needs to take a moment to sit back and reflect, because one of the main things is we've gotten away from the traditional family unit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like in 2023, I want to say the majority of black households don't have a father in the household. Now, compared to the 70s, the majority of the families did have a father in the household. But since then, you've had different situations that have come into play to where as though a lot of women, unfortunately, have been incentivized to, marry the government as opposed to
that's deep.
As opposed to marrying a man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's more important to certain people to have a child as opposed to have a relationship, a marriage, and then have the child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you have two people in the household, that's potentially two incomes, depending on the situation, two different people with minds to think about a situation, an issue when it comes to the family, as opposed to just one mom stressing with multiple kids and
one father in some cases.
Yeah, or father, you know what I'm saying? Because we do have men out there that really, you know what I'm saying, step up to the plate and do their thing.
Correct.
It's not, the system isn't really built for them. You know what I'm saying?
How do we get out of the system? Because you mentioned system, right? And I don't want to go too much deep into the system because I can go forever. Mm-hmm. In real life, how do you break the system?
Well, the easiest way to break the system is through our traditions, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? We need to really, finish school, get married. You know what I'm saying? Like before you have a child, like ideally you want to
basic principles.
Be married. Yeah, the basic principles, morality. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in today's society, that's not really the case. Society is gearing us into less principles, less morals. Do what you want. You can do it by yourself. And yeah, people can do it by themselves, but is it the best situation? Is it the best option?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we really got to step back from the mainstream and really get into our own lane and build ourselves up. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say the mainstream, I'm pretty sure I already know your answer, but do you think that you know Motown, they say mainstream records, right? They want to do crossovers. They want it to fit in with the other cultures. So would you say right now, today in our life, that the mainstream would be social media that's influencing our young youth?
Oh, definitely.
Whether it's female, whether it's men, whether it's music, you talking about Sly and you talking about all this other stuff. Would you say that social media has played a big influence on how our young youth are perceiving life to be?
Definitely. It's all about the algorithms. Everything that we see is most of what we want to see, and then
Correct.
Some of what they want us to see.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
It's put out there like that.
Yeah. Like TikTok, for instance. In China, TikTok, you know what I'm saying? In their algorithms, most of their youth, they're seeing science experiments, different types of trainings. And
you talking about what's presented to them on TikTok versus what's presented to American culture on TikTok.
Exactly.
Which means that they can prosper based on information that they're receiving. Based on, I know when I go on TikTok, it's out of control, and that's episode 5. It's actually called Out of Control.
Yeah.
So,
hey, look, when you have a candidate for election that's twerking on a handstand, you know it's out of control. You know it's out of control. What she say? Vote for Senator
who is? I don't want to put names out there, but was that in America or was that from?
That's it.
That's it.
Twerking on a handstand. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's definitely it. But that's the whole point of it all. They trying to mainstream our society and make it into something else that it really wouldn't be without these extra influences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's been the common goal. You know what I mean, for a long time, is to take the power away from the people, give it to the politicians, and from that point, they can build a government that they want, not that contributes to the overall people, because it does contribute to some people, but as far as the overall people, it doesn't really contribute. And we're gonna touch into that topic a little later as we get into the presidential campaign race. Because I know Biden, he did some things with the credit, which gives people with low credit scores opportunities to actually purchase homes. And, one thing I don't agree with, I don't really want to get into it, that he raised the payments on people that actually have good credit scores.
Yeah, that's
crazy. But credit scores is actually man-made, so I don't really want to get into that.
I'm gonna take benefit from that program, because I gotta get my shit together.
and that's real. Like, and I love.
At the same time, it still shouldn't be that way.
Hey, shit too real.
Because when I come up, I ain't trying to get charged extra just because I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Because you doing what you supposed to be doing.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
Penalize me for that.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Dosas83, host of the Shit Too Real podcast show. Have you ever thought about starting a podcast? If so, I got the right information. Make sure you click the link in my notes on YouTube and audio. What this will do for you, it gets you a $20 credit for a paid plan. Once you do that, it'll contribute to the podcast that I'm actually contributing to you guys. From that point, you're on your way. Your boy Dosas83, host of Shit Too Real podcast show. It's crazy.
What I'm saying? But that's just another one of those things to where as though they make sure they present a facade to where as though you're contributing, but you're contributing, but in reality, they're contributing too when they already been gaining for many years. So they just want to put on that facade, and I believe that
and I don't want to get into this right now. It's crazy because it creates votes, and we're gonna stop here where we started at the out of control violence in DC right now. As of April 21st, 2023, homicides are up 29%. They up 29% from 52